Okay, let's do it. All right, I think I am live right now. Let's double check. Oh yeah, I am live right now. Ooh, ooh, I gotta stretch. All right, we are live. What's good, y'all? I'm just waiting until I guess people notice that I'm actually live. Yeah, of course this was pretty impromptu, but you know how we do things here. We have to just go with the flow. I didn't really have any plans to. Actually, I did have planned to live stream. I lie. I did. This is not going to be like a coaster or travel specific live stream. It's a hurricane. I'm off of work, and thanks to Hurricane Helen, um, yeah, I'm off of work. So I decided, you know what? I said I was going to do a coasters and travels live stream. So I'm gonna do a coasters and travels live stream. So here we are. Welcome to it. Um, let me see. Let me go to my channel. Let me see. Let me see if I'm live. It should show. It should show that I'm live. Let's see. I think. Yes, it does show that I'm live. Awesome. Cool. All right. Let me. I guess I should make a quick Facebook post like, "Hey, I'm live. Look at me, bitches. I am live." But yeah, we're gonna play some games. We're gonna talk about some stuff, and we're gonna go from there. But let me. Can I share this? I can share it. Let me see. Yes, I can share it. And can I pop out this chat? Can I pop out this chat? Yes, I can. Awesome. All right, we are good to go. So now I can thank goodness for the second screen. I can see like stuff going on. Oh, you just clicked. All right, OBS, thank you. Appreciate that. All right, now I can see like anybody's chat or whatever, and I can see my stream status on the second screen. I can see all the stuff on here, so it's awesome. All right, but yeah, I am live streaming, and let me see. Let me put a post. Currently live streaming. Check me out if you got. Check it. Check me out if. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm just saying. I'm just currently live streaming. Let's see. Oh no, not that thumbnail. Oh my god, hold on. Can I change the thumbnail? Good lord. As a matter of fact, let me see what thumbnail is this damn channel thing. Cause so the way I did this live stream, I did it through OBS Studio. So don't tell me he's using my old live stream thumbnail because that'd be funny. Doesn't look like it. Actually, let me go to my Go Live tab and see what's going on. All right. Can I manage it? Can I like change like the thumbnail and stuff? I can't. I can't. See, this is why I prefer, because the thing is, my coaches and travels account is not really um made for live streaming on the computer. Because usually I do my live streams like if I'm at the park or something like that, and I have another channel where I have like my live stream set up here. But let me adjust some things. All right, but yeah, welcome to the live. Welcome to my live stream. It's a hurricane over yonder, like right on the other side of me, is barreling in right now and stuff. And I decided, you know what, let me just go ahead and go live and just talk to my fellow viewers and, play some games and, maybe react to some videos, just kick it and shit, nothing serious, but, staying within the subject of roller coasters and theme parks and stuff like that. Speaking of which, Busch Gardens is closed. I'm pretty sure all the animals and stuff are safe, but they are closed as of today. And yeah, I'm glad for that. I think the Orlando parks are still open. I know all the water parks are not open. Disney is, I think they're open. I know Universal and SeaWorld, they're closed. Like they have like I think Islands of Adventure closed at 8, and then um Universal Studios closed at 5, I think. So, and I think I don't know about the funds. I know Orlando Fun Spot is going to be closed, but I don't know about the fun spots in Orlando. I'm pretty sure they're still going to be open. I'm not sure. But yeah, welcome. Say hi. Actually, I'm gonna say something in the chat. What's good? There we go. But yeah, I'm glad that the parks are closed. You know, during doing the responsible thing. Looking outside my window, it's been like somewhat windy, somewhat rainy, very like patchy. Nothing too serious. According to AccuWeather, let's see. Oh, it's moving. Damn, this hurricane is moving fast because it was like right below us, but now it's like parallel, like right parallel to where I'm at. And I'm guessing it's 5:40. So by the time it hits 8, or by the time it hits 10 o'clock, actually, it's going to make landfall. It's estimated to make landfall somewhere in the Panhandle area. Unfortunately, I see Tallahassee like right in the middle of it, which sucks because I went to Florida A&M University and Tallahassee, so I hope they're okay. At first, I was a little worried for not Pensacola, but Panama City Beach because of Swampy Jack's Swamp Adventures. Because I went there to visit that park and stuff, but it doesn't look like they're in that cone. It looks like it's just primarily Tallahassee, Valdosta, Thomasville. Ugh, poor South Georgia. But yeah, how is everybody doing so far? If you're also in Florida, let me know what's going on in your area. I know I even heard some parts of Miami was getting some winds, but yeah, looking at that hurricane like that, like the size of it is huge. So like the weather bands are like pretty much engulfing the rest of the state. But yeah, here we are, and let me see. What do I want to talk about? What do I want to talk about? Anything going on with Busch Gardens? The only thing that's going on with Busch Gardens is that whole Wild Oasis area, and then I did a vlog about that. Oh, actually, speaking of which, while we're here, there was a couple of videos I always wanted to react to, but I never really had the time. I said I was going to either do a live stream of it or I was going to like do like a standalone video of it. But there's two particular videos from this content creator that I want to react to, and I think I'm going to do that right now. Like I got all day. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff. So let me see if I can get those videos up. Like I had them, but I thought I wasn't going to live stream, but it's like I changed my mind at the last second. So let me see if I can find those videos. As a matter of fact, let me see. See if I can find those videos for us. History. There it is. Okay, so I don't know if you heard of this YouTuber called Theme Park Nerd, but he made two videos that really, I want to say, it made me raise an eye on it. It's called, one of them is called The Problem with SeaWorld's Pipeline Roller Coaster, and then The Biggest Problem with Iron Gwazi. And both of them, on the thumbnails, it says why it sucks. So that definitely caught my eye, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna save these videos for later. And I'm gonna react to them, but I'm not gonna look at it right now. I'm gonna wait until like time is perfect, and then I'm gonna react to it. So I think now is a perfect time to react to those videos, cause I ain't got shit else to do. I ain't got nothing else to do. So let me go ahead and set it up. I think I'm gonna start with, let me see, because the Iron Gwazi one is 6 minutes and the Pipeline one is 20 minutes. So I guess we'll start with the short one, and then we'll go with the long one. So we're gonna do Iron Gwazi first. The biggest problem with Iron Gwazi and why it sucks. Brought to you by Theme Park Nerd. Let me see. Let me make sure I got the my scene ready. Turn off game capture, turn on display capture. And no. Not game capture, display capture. There we go. No, not display capture. No, it is display capture, isn't it? Oh no, not this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I'm an idiot. All right. So this first video is going to be the biggest problem with Iron Gwazi, and we're going to react to it together. I got to make sure that my audio is up. Okay. Now, let me know if you're hearing audio issues with either me or the video, and I'll adjust that, but we're going to react to it right now.
Southern California, I didn't ever think.
Start from the beginning.
As someone who grew up in Southern California, I didn't ever think I'd see a major roller coaster operated as slow as Ghost Rider at Knott's Berry Farm. Like, that attraction consistently has a 2-hour wait because the operations are just so slow, and of course the ride itself isn't the highest capacity thing, but still. Then I got to ride Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens Tampa, and I found the worst operations I've ever seen on a high profile roller coaster because
okay. He's on point already. Oh my god. So, considering that Busch Gardens is my home park, and yeah, I mean he's not wrong. He is absolutely correct on that. Whew. You'll go to Iron Gwazi, right? Like, I'll go on a slow day. It'll be like a 5-minute wait, and it will still be like maybe 2 or 3 trains worth of people in each row. And it's just because I don't know why. I have no idea why the write ups are as slow as they are. But sometimes I'll see them on their phone, or I don't see them like putting enough, urgency into getting the rides, because Iron Gwazi got 2 restraint systems. You got the seatbelt and you got that restraint. So it's like there's no lack of urgency or anything like that. So it's like, in a sense, you can kind of tell they don't get paid that much, because it's like if I feel like if they were paid their worth, they'll work faster. But right now, it's like they're just acting their wage for better or for worse. But yeah, the honestly, I think it's a chain thing. I don't think it's just Busch Gardens, because I've seen it at SeaWorld Orlando. And crazy enough, I went to Texas earlier this year, and I saw it at SeaWorld San Antonio. I'm like, this must be a chain thing, because they was loading steel. It was so slow over at San Antonio. Like maybe Texas Stingray was slow too. It was like pretty lax. Not slow, but it was very, very lax, if that makes sense. It was just, I don't know. It could be a chain thing to why like the write ups are so slow. Another example, Phoenix Rising. I was there Monday, and it was a walk on, and yet it was still maybe 1.5 to 2 minute wait. Luckily, it was slow that day, but man, and Phoenix Rising is nothing but a over the shoulder lap bar. That's all it is. Just boop, check it, and you're good. And they still are pretty slow. So yeah, I understand them.
Holy cow, this ride is a disaster. There are plenty of RMCs across the United States, and I think this one has the slowest operations by far. And of course, this is a hyper hybrid. This is literally the tallest, fastest, and steepest out of all of the other ones. So,
and another thing, when I rode Iron Rattler, I was impressed with their ride ups. Hell, I was kind of impressed with Six Flags Magic Mountain ride ups when they did with Twisted Colossus. Like, even they're a bit better than Busch Gardens ride ops. But when I went to Fiesta Texas, first of all, that park in general is just fucking amazing as far as the operations in general. But the ride ops at Iron Rattler particularly, they were on it. They had they made sure we had the seatbelts on. They pushed them restraints like quick. They were trying to get that thing done in time. And I got a story for that. The day I was supposed to leave, I went back to Fiesta Texas just to kill some time, because my flight was later that night, and they was only running one train at Iron Rattler, and they were fucking moving that train. Like, the line kept moving. Like, it was a line, but it kept moving, and I never saw that before with a one train operation. Like, shout out to Fiesta Texas Ride Ops, man, because they were on it. So it really showed me like what you can do with with actual good ride ops. But moving on.
So it's going to have a huge crowd. And of course, it's at Busch Gardens, Tampa, which is a very highly attended theme park, and it
Mm-hmm.
operates year round. When I got to visit in July, I was met with ridiculous line. Like, even as someone who had quick queue, I still had to wait 25 to 30 minutes to ride the ride, even though there
Facts.
weren't that many people in front of it. It was only
Yep.
like 3 or 4 dispatches worth of people, but it still took forever. And when I rope dropped the ride, I was expecting like a 20-minute wait at most, and I waited 45 to 50 minutes to start my day at Busch Gardens, Tampa. So I was very unhappy with that. So let's dig into why this is. Why are they so slow? When you first enter the attraction, you're going to be met with a locker policy. So you're not allowed to bring
What?
anything that won't fit into your pockets onto the ride platform, which isn't the biggest deal in the world.
Wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. That does not sound right. Now maybe if you have like some obvious looking bag that won't fit on the ride, they'll probably tell you. But let me tell you something about Busch Gardens loose article policy. It's probably one of the loosest loose article policy I've ever seen in a theme park, because I've gone on like rides like Tigris where there's no bins, or like the majority of Busch Gardens rides do not have bins on where you can put your stuff in. But like, so for instance, in Tigris, I've seen someone with a big ass stuffed animal. They just push that bit to the exit, like where the exit is. It's like, if you bring your stuff with you on in line, it's like, they're not responsible for it, especially if you just put it like on the side somewhere. And it happens all the time. It's like people are not aware of Busch Gardens policy when it comes to loose articles. For instance, SeaWorld, I think the majority of their rides got bins that you can put stuff in, and most parks have that type of stuff where you can put bins in, except for Busch Gardens for some crazy reason. But I digress.
There are plenty of major roller coasters that have a policy just like this. Just look at Copperhead Strike and Fury at Carowinds. But the way that they do it is really inconvenient. Like, you pretty much have to wait in line for the lockers to get in line for the roller coaster. And it's not like the Disney or Universal lockers where they had like multiple banks and they had a bunch of cast members there helping people out.
Okay, he must be specifically talking about when the park first opened and there's like a rush of people all trying to get in Iron Gwazi, because I'm an afternoon visitor. I don't like going to the park right when it opens. And by the time I get to Iron Gwazi, like, the locker area is fine. People can get their locker, whatever, and get on the line. So he's specifically talking about like when it first opens.
At Busch Gardens, Tampa, it's really only one dude telling people, hey, you have to put that in a locker if you want to ride this ride. And then they have to sit there and complain for 2-3 minutes. And then they put their stuff in a locker and then just repeat that process over and over and over again for a line's worth of people. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, they could have done a much better job pre-spieling to all of the guests, like, hey, all your stuff has got to go in a locker if you want to ride this ride. Obviously, they would still be upset with it, but they wouldn't take time complaining about that.
Okay, I'll be honest, I do not have experience with that because, again, I do not come to this park on opening, like right at opening. Although I should start doing that just to, experience it and maybe, give people some tips and advice about that. I think I just gave myself a good idea. But it's like, I have to, actually get there before opening. It's like, I don't have to, because I live right down the street from the park. So I don't have to get there like right there at opening. But I guess just for the sake of experience it, I should probably do it a couple of times.
To the one person who's trying to keep the line moving, So it's just absolutely ridiculous. It's terrible. And most parks that have a locker policy like this have really efficient operation. So really, it's the worst of both worlds with Iron Gwazi. You have a terrible, annoying locker policy, and you have terribly slow operations that still make the line move incredibly slow. Just like a lot of other major roller coasters, Iron Gwazi has a seatbelt and a lap bar, but Busch Gardens Tampa makes their ride attendants check seatbelts before they even start lowering lap bars. So they're going to go through the entire train twice. They're going to check seatbelts, and then they're going to restart. They're going to tell everyone, okay, pull down your lap bar, and then they're going to go through and check everyone's lap bar. So it's just really annoying. That's just so trifling. As I mentioned, Copperhead Strike and Fury have a similar policy. Those are both coasters that both have lap bars and seatbelts. Carowinds allows their attendants to check both at the same time, which saves a lot of time. It's really, 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 really stupid how Busch Gardens Tampa is running this thing. For one of my rides on Iron Gwazi, I was sitting in the back row and I watched someone rush to the side, set something down, and rush back to their seat really quickly. So one of the operators was going through and checking their seatbelts, and when they went to go check the lap bars, they noticed the object that was sitting on the ride platform. So they walked over, they picked up the object, they yelled out, "Whose is this?" And then obviously the person was like, "Oh, it's mine." And then the operator took so much time to walk over and lecture the guest about how their policy works. And that's just so infuriating. It's so stupid. Like, you could have done that so much quicker. You didn't have to open a textbook to page 33 and start reading from the operating manual about Iron Gwazi, you know? Like, come on, dude. You have an hour's worth of people waiting to ride your attraction, and you take the time to tell one person that they can't have a stupid, like, water bottle or something to the side. I don't even know what it was. I think it was like a wallet, maybe. Like, that's so small. And another ride that does this is Joker at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, and I hate this policy. Like, why? It's out of the way. It's not a safety concern. Why are you slowing your own operations down just to yell at one guest for not following your stupid policy? It's ridiculous. It's unacceptable is what it is. So Iron Gwazi is an absolutely amazing roller coaster, but the way that Busch Gardens Tampa is treating their operators, and by association treating their guests, is just ridiculous. It's appalling, and this really needs to be fixed. Like, I can't believe that Iron Gwazi has worse operations than Ghost Rider. Like, I heard it was bad. I didn't realize it was this bad. And this is just ridiculous, you know? Like, their policies are insane. You have a locker policy which should promote good operations, but they don't promote a efficient atmosphere in the workplace for their ride attendants, and they have inefficient policies in regards to checking restraints. So it's just absurd. It's ridiculous. And obviously another solution to this would just be to staff the ride more, especially since Iron Gwazi used to be Gwazi, which was 2 different tracks, and when you have 2 different tracks, you literally need double the amount of people to run the attraction. So they could have just kept the same amount of staffing to run Iron Gwazi, and this really wouldn't be much of an issue at all. So it's just insane. It's terrible, and Busch Gardens should be ashamed. They gotta fix this. This is insane. Thank you for watching my little rant. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you later.
You know what? That was a valid, very valid video. Very, very valid. I wasn't sure what his direction was when it came to why Iron Gwazi sucks, but yeah, what he said was extremely, extremely valid. The write-ups are pretty bad, but it's not really just Iron Gwazi. It's just it's the whole chain in general, and their attitude towards getting rides out there, out in an efficient manner. The thing about the person walking over to explain, I have no comment on that. I have no comment on that. Like, every action they do is lackadaisical. Honestly, it's not just that one example. It's just multiple examples. And the whole locker issue, I never thought there was a issue with lockers when it came to Iron Gwazi, especially when it comes to like stuff in your pocket. Because for those who don't know, Iron Gwazi, on the seats at the, like, right between your legs, there's a zipper where you can put like your wallet, your keys, your phone, so it doesn't fly out everywhere. And the thing is, I don't think a lot of people know that. And I feel like Busch Gardens need to do a better job of letting people know, like, hey, if you bring your loose articles, we have a pouch where you can safely put your stuff without it being, squished or flying out, being a hazard, basically. Not Iron Gwazi, but Busch Gardens does not do a good job. And then he does also make a valid point about the whole, restraint process, because when you first load in, you put in your seatbelt, they go down each row, because there's 12 rows, check your seatbelts, and then they go down and check your seatbelts. I think this issue will be fine if they just have more workers. Like, since it's 12 rows, have them each on each corner. They can do just the 6 rows. I think for me that'll go much quicker, because if I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong, whoever's watching, correct me if I'm wrong with Six Flags Fiesta Texas, but they have a similar system, if I'm not mistaken. They tell the riders to put on the seatbelt first, and then the people come in and they put down the restraints for us. If I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking Six Flags Fiesta Texas has a similar process of putting on the restraints, but it's much, much more efficient much more efficient. Another example with Fiesta Texas, Superman, Krypton Coaster. They had one person on each side. The train is eight rows with four people per row, and the way they handled it, they had everyone in, you know, secured by, I would say, no more than like 45 seconds. Like it was ridiculous how quick they were. And it was the same. It was the same with Iron Rattler as well. They were quick with the restraint, with the loading with the restraints, and they got a two restraint system as well. So it's like I don't understand, but it's Garden's way of doing this. But I mean, I feel like specifically when it comes to Busch Gardens and just how their write ups and just how their workers are, man, it's like they just don't. It's like they're cost cutting in my opinion. They're just doing cost cutting, and they're not really putting the consumer or the employees first, or they're not prioritizing them, making them like the face of Busch Gardens, making them, pay. First of all, they need to pay the damn workers. They need to pay them, because I feel like increasing their pay will greatly motivate their attitudes, to make them want to, work with some urgency. Because if I'm getting paid only $10 an hour, you making me freaking, rush. It's like, fuck you. I'm not finna do that. Like, fuck that shit. Nah, you paying me pennies of the dollar, and you want me to, to work like I'm getting paid more? Like, no. So it makes sense, and I feel like I do not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a fan of whoever's the president, the park president, especially after doing the roller coaster rodeo over at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. The president there showed me at Fiesta Texas how a park should be ran. And coming back to Busch Gardens, like now I love my platinum benefits. Like I love them very much. Like I really appreciate them, and I get a lot of free stuff, a lot of Busch bucks, and a lot of discounts and stuff like that. But at the same time, I feel like the changes that they're making, like the little changes I'm seeing, I'm just not a fan of, man. I am not a fan of. I am just not. And it's kind of sad, because the park itself is amazing. The coaster collection is great, but I feel like their operations need some work. Absolutely need some work. All right. So that was a fun video to look at. I did a lot of talking in that one, but he said some shit that was just fucking true, man. He just said some shit that was true. So, another thing, let me switch over, because I'm gonna did I ever put that post out on Facebook? I don't think I did. I never did. I never did. I'm just gonna say, why do I have this ugly? No, what happened was, the reason why I didn't share it on Facebook, because it has this stupid old preview. No, this old, like I did a live stream back in Christmas, like way back in 2021 or something like that, and that's like the thumbnail. Like I don't want that thumbnail. So let me see. I'm gonna delete that. Let me see. What can I put as a thumbnail? What can I put? I know what I can put. I know what I can do. Let me see. Can I do a full screen right quick? Full screen, full screen, full screen. Oh, let me get out studio mode. All right. Let me do a quick smile. Hold on. Let me look at the screen. There we go. We're gonna do some live thumbnail making right quick. All right. So now we're in Canva. I'm in Canva right now. Let me see. I'm gonna crop it. You know what? You know what? Actually, let me change it over. Let me show you what I'm doing. Let me show you exactly what I'm doing. Wait. Let me make sure. Hold on. Let me make sure my tag. I got nothing. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. Yeah, I can show you. Which one is it? Was it this one? It was this one. Okay. Okay, here we go. So I just screenshotted this. So what I'm gonna do, wait, can you see it? Yeah, you can't see it. Okay. So I just screenshotted it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna crop it. Crop it. And then I'm gonna stretch it out. There we go. I mean, that kind of works as a thumbnail. Maybe I should add some text or something. like a hurricane live stream or something. Hurricane live stream or some shit. I don't know. Let me see if I can find my logo. Projects. I have a logo folder. Let me see if I have Cultures and Travels logo in here. I have a whole bunch of logos in here. So this is where I do all of my my thumbnail making on Canva. Canva is awesome. So it's a pretty cool app that I like to make some quick and easy thumbnails. All right. Hurricane live stream. And then I'm going to put let me use impact and then turn it black. Or maybe I should turn it white with black outline, maybe. So go to outline, change this to black. There we go. Something like that. I don't know. I'm just making something up quick. And maybe I should add like a let me see. Can I get like a hurricane icon or something? Let me see. Anything that's free, because I got the free version. Let's see, anything that's free. Nothing. Okay, whatever. Another thing I'm gonna do, and one thing I like about Canva, hold on. Go to edit. We're gonna upscale this image. We're gonna see how it looks though. We're gonna upscale it. Make it look nice. One thing I do like about this new addition to Canva is like they have that that upscaler. All right, how's my live stream doing? So far, so good. It's upscale. I mean, it's editing right now. I mean, it's upscaling right now. It's gonna take some time because right now I got like a dual monitor setup, so it did a screen print of both my screens. So it's gonna take a little time. Yeah, you're getting a little tidbit on how I do my my thumbnails. As a matter of fact, after this, I'm gonna show you. I probably should show you some of the thumbnails I've done. Come on, hurry up. Well, we wait for that. Let's jump to home. Let's look at some thumbnails that I've done in the past. Like these are all thumbnails I've done at September, and I come right here and I do it. And they usually don't take me that long to do. But yeah, these are the thumbnails that I do on Canva. It's a very, very good software if you just want to get a quick thumbnail out there. Is it done yet? It's not done yet. Hurry up. Can I edit the hold on. I can, but I'm gonna wait until it's done. Let's go back to the upscaler. It should be almost done. It shouldn't take that much longer. Come on. Come on. I forgot what waiting was, because we're so used to just go, 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 go. We forgot how to wait for shit. Especially with this age of high-speed internet. Everything is fast, fast, fast. Oh, come on. Hurry up. I should probably play some non-licensed music. I can't play anything famous or whatever. So let's go to music. Then I'd have to just use something that that I can actually play on here. That's not copyright. Hanging out. There it is. We can play that. Lower you. That's why it's not that's why it's not super quiet in here when I'm not talking. Can I put this on repeat? Yes, I can. All right, we're good to go. Let me lower it just a little bit. Okay, now we got the mood set. All right, we're just waiting for this to upscale. What I probably should have done was cut that second half off but whatever. Actually, no, that's what I'm gonna do. Cancel this. I'm going to paste this, and what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to do this, then I'm going to download it. Download. I'm gonna download it, and then I'm gonna repaste it here. I think I did it. Did I? Close. Hold on. Let me do that again. Up. Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. All right. So now it's its own thing. Cancel that. Let's fill the background. Actually, no, to fill the background, we're gonna crop it. Crop it right quick, and then we're gonna stretch it out, and then I'm just gonna just copy and paste all that stuff I had before. Copy, paste. Now I'm gonna try to upscale it again. Go to edit, image upscaler, and see what happens. It should be a lot quicker now, because the problem was it was trying to upscale the entire screenshot, which was 2 screens. So this may be better, hopefully. Man, I was supposed to do this super quickly and then go back to the other video, but I figured this would be a nice learning lesson as well. Give people a little insight on how I do things on my channel and how I make thumbnails and stuff like that. Hell, if you want me, I can show y'all how I edit my shit, edit my videos, what software I use. Assuming someone actually types, "Hey, show me it," because right now my chat is bare right now. There's no one participating in chat. But according to this live stream, I got so far 14 views and 2 concurrent viewers. So if you are watching, you know, I wouldn't mind you, saying something. Saying hi, how you doing? What's good in the hood, or whatever. Okay, this is taking a little too long, man. What is going on? I have no idea. If you have any like coaster related things you want to talk about, put it in the chat. We can talk about it. But after I do this thumbnail, I'm going to react to the other video, which was the pipeline video or something like that. No, why pipeline sucks or something like that, and then go from there. But I did like the first video. The first video was good. For those who just got here, welcome to my live stream. I was reacting to a video called, why the biggest problem with Iron Gwazi, and honestly, I 100% agree. His biggest issue with Iron Gwazi was pretty much the write-ups and the terrible locker system we got at Busch Gardens Tampa, which I guess is whatever. Like, that's the first time I heard someone complain about Busch Gardens locker system, because it's pretty straightforward. But I guess, again, if you go to the park like straight at opening and the first thing you do is Iron Gwazi and everyone gets an Iron Gwazi, I guess there's going to be like a line to put your stuff in the locker. But I have a feeling a lot of people still don't know about that packet, that little zipper thing that you have like in between the seats. I don't think a lot of people know about that. You know what? Screw this. This is taking a little bit too long. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back. We're going to adjust. Do a quick auto adjust. Let's make it brighter. Let's add some more vibrance. No. The issue is I have this big ass screen right here, so it's showing like a blue tint on my face, which is fine. I don't really care. I can adjust the temperature. There we go. Make it a little bit warmer, perhaps. There we go. Whatever. We're gonna use it. All right, download. It's page 4. Download. Then we're gonna go back to Facebook. We're going to. Is it done? There we go. Drag it up here. Check me out, bitches. Check me out, bitches. No, I'm not gonna say that. Check me out live. I ain't got anything else to do. I ain't got anything else to do. No, check me out live. What can I say? What can I say? Check me out live. Just check me out live. Fuck it. Check me out live. That's it. That's it. And I'm going to share it to my Cultures and Travels page. There we go. Don't need to overcomplicate things. All right, there we go. Now, let's switch over to my full screen space. Oh, there we go. Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm going to set up the other video, which is the why pipeline sucks or something like that. We're going to set that up right now. All right. What is it? Okay, we got that. Now we got to go to the biggest problem with pipeline. Shut up. All right, let's pause you because we don't want you playing while we're trying to listen to the video. Okay. Make sure we're in the right. Blah, 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 blah. No, that's not it. What's going on? It's supposed to be showing. There it is. Ah, crazy. All right. Let's switch over. All right. So this video, for those who just got here, this is from Theme Park Nerd. We're going to react to the problem with SeaWorld's pipeline roller coaster. And let's see if I agree with what he's saying. I put this on full screen. All right, let's do it.
Pipeline at SeaWorld Orlando might be one of the most disappointing roller coasters I've ever ridden. So just like everyone else when this attraction was first announced, I was really disappointed and kind of upset with SeaWorld for adding a stand-up coaster in 2023.
Okay. When I first saw the leaks of the layout, I was disappointed. I wasn't disappointed that it was a stand-up coaster, but I was very skeptical. Like, why are they bringing it back? But years before they even announced pipeline, for those who's been in the know, that they SeaWorld released a patent of the stand-up coaster model, or at least a patent of their latest stand-up technology, and we had no idea what SeaWorld was going to do with it, but we knew that it was, codename not pipeline, but codename surf coaster. So it was going to be somewhat like a surfing water theme, and here we are. And let me tell you, when I first rode it, I was like, whoa, complete surprise, because that layout works perfect for a stand-up coaster. But if it was like any other sit-down coaster, I would have just been super disappointed. So I kind of get what he's getting at.
Like, what? But when the ride opened, a lot of people loved it, and I was like, really? Hearing people talk about standing airtime got me really, really excited, because B&M airtime coasters are some of my favorite roller coasters of all time. Well, my first roller coaster review on this channel was Diamondback at Kings Island, which of course is a B&M hyper coaster, and Diamondback is my favorite roller coaster I've ever ridden. So I got really, really excited to try out Pipeline. In 2023, when I visited Orlando, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to visit SeaWorld Orlando, but I'm fortunate enough to have visited in 2024. When I visited SeaWorld, it was on July 5th. So the park was absolutely slammed. I was hoping to get as many rides as I could on Pipeline, but I could only manage 3. So I got 3 laps in on Pipeline. I wish I got more, but 3 is definitely a good amount to make a review video. Before we get started, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm a pretty small coaster and theme park channel, so I appreciate every ounce of support. Thank you so much. One thing that's really notable about Pipeline is I love its presence along the water. I feel like it's great. It pretty much dominates that corner corner of the park. And when you get closer to the attraction, I love like the beachy music that they play, like the surf music. I feel like it brings a very unique vibe to SeaWorld Orlando, which I feel like they desperately needed, because a lot of their attractions are kind of the same in terms of aesthetic and in terms of atmosphere and vibe. Like Kraken, Manta, and Mako feel pretty similar to be around. Like it's just some variation of a sea creature. And of course, they built 2 Arctic roller coasters, which doesn't make any sense. So I'm glad that Pipeline has like a unique aesthetic. It has a very different vibe, which I greatly appreciate. Like it went from Arctic and sea creatures to Arctic sea creatures and surfing. So I feel like SeaWorld Orlando needs a different angle for a new roller coaster. I understand that the park is called SeaWorld, but theming every attraction to a different sea creature just makes them all feel kind of the same from like a theming perspective. So I'm glad that
I disagree with that. Just because they're themed to a sea creature doesn't mean that they don't provide anything unique within each, attraction. Like for instance, Manta has a freaking aquarium in the queue. You know, it's Mako doesn't have that. Kraken doesn't have that. I would say Kraken is the most basic as far as when it comes to theming, because it's just a bunch of switchbacks. And Kraken was SeaWorld's Orlando very first thrill coaster. It opened back in 2000. And yeah, that ride is nothing as far as like theming and atmosphere. It's nothing but switchbacks, and then you have like the Kraken egg and stuff like near the end of the ride and stuff like that. And when it comes to Mako's kind of the same thing. Switchbacks, just like light theming here and there. I like the entrance of the Mako, like the wreck ship and shit. That's different from Manta, which is again a completely different theme, which is like aquarium based and stuff like that. So yeah, I kind of disagree. I mean, it makes sense because at Busch Gardens you have Kumba, which is like the roar, and then you have Montu, which is like what a half human, half falcon. Shikra is a bird. Tiger is tiger. Cheetah hunt cheetah. Iron Gwazi. I don't well Iron Gwazi the one is kind of the weird one, but all of them are based off of some type of animal or mythological animal or something. So yeah, I disagree. I disagree with what he's saying with that.
they came in with a different angle with the Arctic, with Icebreaker and Penguin Trek, but again, they themed 2 rides to the same thing, which is really weird, and they're in completely different corner of the park.
Again, one is dedicated straight about, Icebreaker is dedicated, I guess, directly to the Arctic, which is, in a sense, is weird because I wish they would have actually did some theming around that. But Penguin Trek is literally about penguins. It's in the Arctic, but it's different somewhat.
I'm completely getting off track here, but I'm glad that Pipeline has its own theme, and it really contributes variety to the rest of the park, which I really, really like. I feel like the entrance sign looks absolutely amazing. It looks beautiful. The coaster
Agreed.
has a blue track with white supports, and because it has a surfing theme, it really reminds me of Hang Time in terms of aesthetics. Hang Time at Knott's Berry Farm. I feel like the two are pretty similar, so I think that's really cool. When you enter the queue, you might have to wait a while. The queue is actually built kind of similarly to the queue of Hang Time, so it's like 2 switchbacks in a really long cattle pin, and you might have to wait in that a while because dispatches on this attraction were pretty slow in my experience, which is a pretty big disappointment. I wish that they were a little faster, but it wasn't terrible like Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens Tampa. Another thing that I noticed is that the queue itself had like a light dusting of sand on the ground, which made it feel completely different in terms of like texture. I have no idea if that was intentional or not. Like, I don't know if they actually dusted the queue with sand on the floor or if they just didn't brush up the queue, but I thought it was actually pretty clever and pretty unique. It wasn't enough sand to like get inside your shoes, but it was enough so that you could feel yourself walking on it, which I thought was unique and actually kind of clever. So whether it was intentional or not, I actually really like it in terms of theming. Like, that's
Okay.
actually kind of smart. But anyway, when you get up to the station, when I was there, I was able to pick my row. They didn't have a grouper. The line for the front row can
Ooh, this reminds me when the ride first freaking came out. There was this one freaking particular ride up that would not let us choose our rows, and I was so mad about that because it's like, I don't know, maybe I was feeling a little entitled or whatever, but I was like, I should be able to pick my row. Like if I want to wait in the front row, I want to wait in the front row. I don't care how long I have to wait. I want to ride the fucking front row. Don't tell me what the fuck row to ride. I don't know. I just don't. I hate that. Like like for instance, when I went to Carowinds, they don't do like, they just put you on whatever, which is fine because they're trying to be efficient and stuff. But this park is far from having efficient ride ops, and it's like it doesn't really matter if you choose road or don't choose road. It's going to be slow as hell, so it really doesn't matter. So yeah, but I'm glad that when he visited, that they stopped doing that shit because that shit was annoying, man. Yeah, I didn't like it.
Can be very, very long. Like they have a lot of queue space for the front row. So and as I said, those dispatches take forever, and this is only one of two BNMs that are only two across seating in the United States, and of course the other one is literally in the same park, so that's really funny. But that means that the line for the front row can take a while. I did wait for the front row because I really wanted to do it because I heard it was the best row. And in my opinion, it is the best row on Pipeline. So you might have to wait for that experience. Which
Do I agree with that? Do I agree that front row is the best row? Front row is really good. It's really good for the launches. Honestly, it's good for that jolt of airtime when you first crest over a hill, and just for the overall views. But I think I like the back row because it's just a bit more on the intense side. It's a bit rougher back there too, but I think that kind of adds to the intensity more. I like the back row more.
which is kind of a shame. Hopefully, it can be not like me and go on a day where this park is empty, because from what I understand, SeaWorld Orlando is usually empty. From my visit in 2020 and 2021, I remember the park being very empty. So when it's your turn to ride, whatever row you're in, you're gonna have to get inside of this vests thing. So I'm a pretty tall dude, which is gonna be pretty important for this review.
Yeah.
I'm 6 foot nothing, so getting into the bike seat was pretty interesting. For traditional B&M stand-ups, I haven't really had a problem because I feel like the over-the-shoulder restraint, it'll go higher up than the vest restraints on Pipeline. So because they're higher up, they're like completely out of the way, so you can focus on getting yourself on top of the bike seat, and then you pull down the over-the-shoulder restraints. But because the vest restraint is like not fully out of the way, it can be kind of difficult to slide your head back into it and then get yourself on top of the bike seat. So my first ride, it was not graceful at all. I feel like
Okay. I think there is definitely a way to get inside the seats, but depending on if how tall you are, you kind of have to like push your seat down in order to actually get in, especially if you're shorter. So yeah, I kind of somewhat agree with that. It's not the most comfortable.
my second and third ride, I was a little smoother getting in and out. I probably should have focused on getting on the bike seat first before getting into the vest, but I felt like I had to get my head into the vest before I got myself on
No,
top
you
of
want
the
to get
bike
in the
seat.
bike
So it
seat
was just a
first.
little clustered, a little clumsy. I kind of wish that the vest
No, you just didn't do it right. You're supposed to get in the seat and then focus on putting the restraint down. It's not that hard.
went a little higher just to get out of the way so that it would be easier to get in, but that's kind of a nitpick. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. So these trains are really interesting. When I first got in it, I kept like bouncing up and down, and something I didn't realize until after my first ride is that the max out on the height is not that tall. I guess a lot of coaster nerds are really short people. I heard like amazing reviews about spectacular airtime that'll just throw you up off of the board, but
Okay, the issue, I think the biggest issue is that this ride is not tall friendly. Like if you're like 6 feet 3 or 4, whatever, you may not have the best experience because the way the restraints work. Like I'm 5'11", so I get plenty of I get plenty of room to go up and down. So people who are taller, they may definitely have a different experience. So I can't say he's right or wrong in that aspect.
But on my first ride on Pipeline, I was really, really disappointed because the airtime felt like me on top of my tippy toes. Like, that's as high out as I would go. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
like the max out on the restraints is only like 6'3" or 6'4". I didn't fully leave the board. So I was really disappointed. So the airtime felt really limited. It felt very restricted and disappointing because I was expecting to get thrown out of my seat, but I guess I'm too tall for Pipeline the Surf Coaster. I did try to remedy that on my second and third ride by getting as low as possible. So I would bend my knees and try to like basically sit on the bike seat before all of the airtime moments, and that did help a lot. So just know if you're like around my height, like 6 foot, if you're taller than me, you're gonna have a real problem with Pipeline the Surf Coaster in terms of airtime. Like if that's not your thing, if you don't care about airtime, if you just want to feel the positive G's, then you should be fine. But you should want to feel the airtime because this is a really unique roller coaster. It's a really unique sensation that I haven't felt on anything else before. It's not anything
Agreed.
that anyone else has ever felt on anything before because it's the first of its kind. It's
Yep.
unique, you know? It's a prototype experience. That being said though, the problems that I did have with getting in the restraint and the problems that I have with the limited airtime on my first ride experience, it made me hope that B&M develops like sit down trains with this bouncing motion. I thought I heard that they did, but I haven't heard anything in a long time, so I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if they're working on it or if they just haven't had anyone buy it. What I'd really want to see is an attraction that would run both these stand-up trains and the sit down iteration of them with the bouncing seats. I feel like that could be really cool.
I don't think bouncing seats where you're sitting down wouldn't make sense because the whole purpose of the bouncing thing is for the ride to move with you, like kind of like how you're surfing. Bouncing seats on a sit down, I feel like it's kind of irrelevant. You know, you might as well just give them this regular hyper coaster seats if that's the case. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something there.
I would like to see another surf coaster somewhere because we're about to dig into this layout and I feel like B&M was pretty conservative with this layout and the choices that they made. So let's start things off. I got 2 rides in the back row, 1 in the front row. My first ride was in the back row and that was the one that I left very disappointed with. So when I waited for the front row, I wanted to make sure that I felt every ounce of that airtime. So I stayed as low as possible for as long as possible. And I feel like that helped the ride experience. And then of course I wanted to try the back row again just to see if doing that would help out, and it did. So yeah, it's kind of frustrating that you have to ride the ride a certain way to feel the forces. Like Mako is still my favorite attraction at SeaWorld Orlando.
You shouldn't
can
have
ride
to
that
really.
ride however you want and you're still gonna feel the amazing airtime. It's kind of disappointing having to ride this attraction a specific way to feel the forces. Like that's
Well, sir, you shouldn't have been tall. I'm sorry, I said it. You shouldn't have been tall. I mean, no one told you to be 6 feet whatever and try to ride a ride that's not meant for you. So hey, that's your fault. Of course, I'm kidding with that, but I can understand his I can kind of understand what he's going through because it's like you hear about a ride that's you didn't think any of it at first, but when you heard other people talk about it, it's like, oh, I want to my opportunity on this too, and then you get a chance to ride it, and it's like, oh yeah, your height is preventing you from enjoying it fully. That kind of sucks because I think the cutoff is like 6'7". I think you have to be 6'7" or 6'6", either 6'6" or 6'7". I think that's the cutoff. So it's like if you're tall, you're not gonna get any. And the funny thing is, when I first rode Pipeline, I did not experience the airtime myself either because I didn't know how to experience it. Because I felt my experience was actually the same thing. It's like I was on my tippy toes, but at the same time, I just wasn't. I don't think I got in it properly the first time. It is a. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a learning curve to learn how to get inside of a seat like that because it is a prototype. A ride like that is a prototype, so it's like you kind of have to. Once you know how to ride it, then you're fine. But yeah, I get what he's talking about.
It's just pretty annoying. Like, come on, man. I just want to enjoy the roller coaster. So you're going to start things off with that launch. It was pretty gradual, in my opinion. Like, it didn't feel great. There's a decent burst at the beginning, but that's about it. The main standout about this launch is the fact that it has an airtime hill on the launch. And this is interesting. So, to me, there are 5 airtime moments on Pipeline.
Yes.
And this is the first one. And you're going to feel it in both the front and the back. But to me, it didn't really feel like airtime time, it just kind of felt like the floor suddenly vanished, and then you would land before you curve up into this first element. So I don't know, like I was a little disappointed because it didn't feel like I was getting thrown out of my seat. It just kind of felt like the floor disappeared, which is a very unique sensation. It's
That's
totally
exactly
bizarre.
how
And
it's supposed
another
to
thing
feel.
about Pipeline that I didn't know going into it is the fact that the seats don't fall at the speed of gravity. They have like a little dampener, or they have a restriction or something that makes you land like really slow and unnatural. And I don't know if I'm a fan of it. I assume that's to prevent injury from someone like landing awkward or landing weird, but it's just like, I don't know, it's like artificially extending your airtime, which is very unique. It's very bizarre, but I don't know if I like it, you know? It just caught me off guard because the floor disappeared and then you expect to fall suddenly, but you just kind of slowly float down back into your board before the coaster curves up into this first turn, which by the way is kind of a wasted first element. You get no airtime. It's just kind of basic. I mean, it is visually appealing, which I really like, but like it's not an inversion. It's not anything. It's
It's
just
just a
turn. As I
transition.
discussed in my RMC ranking video, I feel like turning is the most boring thing any roller coaster can do. So it's a little disappointing that.
Oh my god, this guy here. Turning is the most boring thing you can do, but turning is very necessary in roller coasters, especially with coasters with limited space. You kind of have to turn around. And I get that there's creative ways to turn a coaster around, but when it comes to I think the hammerhead turn is fine. I think it's fine because it serves its purpose well. It's just a transition to the next element, and sometimes that's all elements need to be. It doesn't need to. Not everything needs to be like needs to blow you away. You know, sometimes the turn just need to be a nice, decent turn. In my opinion, that hammerhead turn after the launch is fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't have an issue with it.
Pipeline starts off with just a generic overbank, and you don't get airtime, obviously. In the back row, you might pop out of your seat just a little bit, but it's very brief and it's not very noteworthy.
There's
So
nothing there
after
at that
that, you're
turn.
going to curve up into the best part of the ride for both the front and the back, which is this twisted camelback. You get thrown out of your seat, but as I said, for me, if I'm standing normally, it's only like thrown 3 inches off the board, which when you're standing doesn't feel like that much. Like it's just me on my tippy toes. Like I'm doing this motion right now and my line of sight doesn't really change that much. So it wasn't, I mean, it's fun, it's unique, it's interesting, but I set my expectations way too high after hearing how much praise it was getting. So I guess it met my expectations,
That's a mistake.
especially after I started to get as low as possible. But I don't know, it still left me a little disappointed. Roller coasters are an expectations thing, and I feel like I ruined my my Pipeline experience by setting them too high. Because before the ride opened, I was expecting this ride to be a disaster, and it's not a disaster. It's fun, it's unique, it's interesting. It's just not as great as everyone is saying it is, in my opinion. So, and I feel like my disappointment with this element reflects with the entire ride experience, because this is well regarded as the best part. It's just, you know. I really want to try it again with this perspective in mind, because I feel like if I do it again, then I'll actually like it more. My first impression was a little disappointing. So after.
See, that's the issue with certain roller coasters. Like you cannot have expectations when you ride a coaster. You just got to just enjoy it for what it is. And as someone who I believe is a true coaster enthusiast, someone who is a true roller coaster enthusiast, I embrace all types of roller coasters. Now, can I still be disappointed with a roller coaster? Hell yeah, definitely. But you know what? Fuck that shit. You know what? Fuck it. I get what he's saying, because there are some times where I expect a coaster to be better than what it was. Like for instance, because Lightning Rod came to mind when I thought about that. Lightning Rod came to mind, and I definitely was disappointed. So yeah, I'm a hypocrite. I am a hypocrite. So no, I get exactly what he's talking about. So yeah, forget what I said. I get what he's saying.
After that, you're going to crest up into the only inversion on the attraction, which is a corkscrew. It's not whippy. There's no hang time, so you kind of just breeze through it without any seat motion.
There is
so
some.
It kind of feels like
Actually, no, there is some. Depending on where you sit, like as soon as you crest the top of it, you will feel a little bit like what you call it, weightlessness, a little bit. Just a teensy bit, but you do feel it.
wasted element again. So there's been 3 elements so far, and 2 of them feel wasted. And this ride isn't that long, so it's just kind of meh, you know? Like, I feel like this ride didn't have to go upside down, so I don't know why they included it, especially since they have rides like Kraken, they have Manta, both of which have some really wild inversions. So I don't know why they felt like they had to include an inversion on Pipeline. Maybe just to see what would happen. Like, I would love to see a surf coaster have
It's a
an
prototype.
inversion that would be more hang time focused, because I imagine that the seats extending upside down during a hang time moment, that could be wild. That would be really interesting. Maybe B&M thought that it wouldn't be safe for riders, so they kind of just went with this proportional generic corkscrew. Even a 0G roll, it would be interesting to see how these trains would behave in a 0G roll. But I'm no engineer. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just telling you how I felt riding the thing. One thing I forgot to mention is that this attraction has a splashdown element in between the corkscrew and the twisted airtime hill. It's pretty cute. I didn't notice it on the ride, and honestly off ride it wasn't as big as I thought it would be. But it's still cute. It's interesting. I feel like Manta's is still way better because you actually like notice it. You even feel it on that ride, which is wild. So the one on Pipeline is kind of underwhelming compared to the one on Manta. So after that, you're going to hit a trim,
Okay.
which I didn't really notice on any of my rides. The front row, this is a very solid airtime moment. It's the 3rd out of the 5 airtime moments, but the thing is, in the back row, you're not going to feel anything. So this is one of the major reasons that this ride is much better in the front row, because you get that extra pop of airtime.
Disagree.
Which again, this layout is pretty short, so that one extra pop
You
of
feel it in the
airtime
back.
goes a long way. After that, you're going to turn down and around and do a couple of helixes. Before I rode, I was under the impression that Pipeline was much more comfortable than traditional stand-up coasters, but the positive G's on your legs feel exactly like the positive G's on your legs on the old stand-up coasters. So I kind of left confused because I was like, that felt pretty similar to what I've experienced before, especially during those helixes, because it's just like, it feels exactly like Riddler's Revenge. So maybe
It's because you're standing up. It's because you're standing up and your forces go to your feet. It doesn't matter that these trains are different. Is the fact is that you're standing up. So yeah, you're gonna feel forces. I did notice that after that hill into the the small helixes, it is some decent G forces on your feet for sure.
because I wasn't bending my knees, and I didn't realize that until I was reflecting on my ride experience on Pipeline. Next time I get to SeaWorld Orlando, I'm going to try to bend my knees during these elements to see if that makes a difference, but I was just standing normally, and it felt just like the positives during the turns on Riddler Revenge. I was a little disappointed with that as well. After that, you're going to crest up and do another airtime moment. It's solid. It's fine. It feels like a toned down version of the first Twisted Hill. It was interesting. This is one of those moments where I also felt like the dampener on the descent was really present. So it is what it is. You're going to hit another turn, and then you're going to start making your way back towards the station, but you're going to go through this S hill, which honestly felt a lot like a twisted version of the first hill on the ride, which is the launched hill. It felt like the floor just disappeared from under you, which is a unique and interesting feeling, as I talked about. It's just not a fantastic airtime moment, you know? So it's just interesting, you know? It's
Okay.
this whole ride just wasn't what I expected, you know? And after that, you're going to hit the brakes. One thing that I have been glossing over is the fact that these trains do shake. I wouldn't describe it as a rattle. I would describe it as a shake. Like, you can feel it. It's not uncomfortable. It doesn't hurt. It's just annoying. And I assume that's because the trains are pretty top heavy, so it kind of rattles throughout the layout, because obviously the closer you are to the track, the smoother the ride experience will be.
That is an interesting
and
theory.
riders standing, just by nature, you're going to be further away from the track, which lends itself to a bit of a shake, which is kind of a shame though, because this ride is brand new, and I would argue that it felt a lot like Riddler's Revenge in terms of smoothness. Like, Riddler isn't rough, it just has that same shake.
Ooh, let me talk about Riddler's Revenge now. When it comes to all of the old school ones, that one's my favorite. I rode Green Lantern at Great Adventure. I hated it. I did not like Green Lantern. I rode Georgia Scorcher. That was my previous favorite because I felt like it was a perfect size. The G forces on your feet wasn't that bad until I went to Magic Mountain earlier this year and I rode the Riddler, and I just thought it was going to be just a bad version of Green Lantern, but I was very surprised how good it was. It was pretty good. And it's like now that's my new favorite old school stand up. So it's like I like Riddler first, Georgia Scorcher in that, and then what's we call it last. Actually, no, Vortex is actually last. Carowinds, fuck that ride. Woof. I don't even know why they still got that ride, man. God, Lee, that's a bad ride. But anyway, back to this. We're gonna finish this video up.
Shake that Pipeline has. So I feel like that's just a problem that any stand-up coaster ever is gonna have. So overall, this ride just was not as comfortable as I was led to believe it would be. I thought it would be a lot more comfortable than the stand-ups, and I left thinking it's a lot more fun than the stand-up coaster that I've been on. But in terms of comfort, it's around the same. Like, I didn't have a problem with Riddler in terms of like groin pinching or anything, because I heard about those problems for years before I rode Riddler's Revenge. So every time I ride a traditional stand-up, I try to lock in a little lower and then stand up above the bike seat so I have more room to work with. So I've never had those issues on a stand-up coaster. And of course, you're just by nature of the design of Pipeline, you're not going to have those issues because the bike seat moves with you. So it's impossible to hit it, which is really nice. I really like that you don't have to.
And I'm glad he said that, because I don't understand how some people say they still get hit, down there with Pipeline, because when you're moving, when you're doing the airtime moment, it moves with you. So it's like, how the hell are you, getting hit down there? You shouldn't.
To lock the restraint in a certain way to ride comfortably. So that's an element I appreciate, but because I've been doing that on the stand-up coasters, it felt the same in terms of comfort. Like, I've never been in pain on Riddler's Revenge, and I've never been in pain on Pipeline the Surf Coaster. I've felt the pressure on my legs during the positive G-forces. I felt those on Riddler, and I felt those on Pipeline. And in terms of shakiness, I felt that on Riddler, and I felt that on Pipeline. So it kind of just felt the same to me, which I feel like is what left me a little disappointed. On one of my rides when I was in the back,
he's been disappointed this whole video.
Out something that was really funny, that kind of referred to the pain that you might feel on a stand-up coaster. I'm not gonna say it here. I'll type it out in the description if you really want to know, because I thought it was really hilarious, and it kind of describes like the shakiness of the ride, so it's something worth mentioning. So I was just disappointed with Pipeline. I guess it's an airtime machine, but
you know what I should have done? Had I known he was gonna say disappointed so many times, I would have made this into a drinking game. Like, anytime he says disappointed, take a shot.
It's not like the wild throw you off the board airtime that I was hoping for. And maybe I'm just too tall, even when I get down.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
I'm not able to get back down after one of those airtime moments. Pipeline the Surf Coaster and airline seats are two of the biggest downsides.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's kind of a shame. I was hoping for more from this attraction.
It's good to be 5 feet 11, baby.
Thinking that it's just a mildly uncomfortable launch coaster with a couple decent airtime moments. But, I was hoping for more. I heard some people rank this as second best roller coaster at SeaWorld Orlando. I don't know if I agree with that. It's really hard to rank this roller coaster because it's so unique. So it's something that you have to go out and experience, and I'm really glad that I got to experience, and I hope I get to experience it again, because I want to ride this thing more. I want to see if my perspective changes, and I feel like it will. So this is just one of those really fascinating roller coasters that I want to lap as many times as possible. I also want to see more variations of this layout, because the corkscrew was pretty disappointing. The turn after the launch feels like a wasted element. I feel like the twisted finale could be replaced with like more airtime hills, So I would love to see an attraction with this style of seating, whether that's seated or standing, with an airtime focused layout. Like, as I mentioned, this thing has 5 airtime pops, but I want to see something with like double that, like just an out and back roller coaster, airtime hill, airtime hill, airtime hill, maybe like a hyper style layout, like a lot of people have been saying with these types of trains. That could be super interesting. So B&M has a really interesting concept. I just hope that height discrimination isn't a thing going forward, and if it is, then I'm gonna have to accommodate myself by getting as low as possible. So for both stand-ups, I'm gonna have to ride in a certain way to experience the attraction. So is it an improvement? Yes. Like, I made a video talking about about Pipeline for how long has it been? This recording, as of now, before I edit it, is almost 30 minutes long, and I don't think I could even talk about Riddler for half as long as I've talked about Pipeline, so I guess that's a win for B&M. It's really interesting, it's fun to watch, and I want to try it again. So that's my main takeaway from Pipeline the Surf Coaster. Let me know what you think about this ride. Am I being a little too harsh? Please let me know in the comments below, especially if you're my height, like 6 foot or taller. I want to know what you think about Pipeline. No offense to anyone shorter, but I feel like most people really like it who are like 5'9" or so, you know? So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you later.
Okay. Now, he's 6'0" on the dot. That means he's only at 1 inch taller than I am. I don't know if that 1 inch makes a difference, but I didn't have any of those issues he had with Pipeline at all. When it came to entering the coaster, you know, it took some time. You know, you have to push it down, and then you have to, you know, put the restraint on. But I basically just followed the instructions. You know, when you get it, because you cannot enter Pipeline like you do your traditional stand-up coaster. They really say, when they tell you to stand up straight, they really mean to stand up straight. But I guess if you're a certain height, then I guess you kind of have to bend down. But then again, he's only 1 inch taller than me, so, and I didn't have to do that. I just stood up straight. But I did notice when you do that, like when you do stand up straight, that you do feel a lot of G's on those turns. You do feel a lot more. And there was a couple of times where like the G's were so hard on my leg that I did feel like a cramp. Like if I felt like my legs was cramping a bit. But I think it was all on how I was standing. I probably just wasn't standing on it properly. I don't know. But yeah, that is his video. He said disappointed a lot, man. I really wish I would have made this into a drinking game, but but I thought his opinion was pretty valid. Again, I didn't see anything too wrong with his thoughts on Pipeline. As far as where I think it stands as, you know, as his ranking, I think I gave it number 3. Because I said Mako was good. Mako was number 1. I said Manta was number 2, and I said Pipeline was number 3. So yeah, I think it's still I think it's still a good, unique coaster. I like it, and it seemed like he likes it too. But it just wasn't what he expected to be. You know, he probably just overhyped himself, just, you know, to make it think that it's going to be like one of those crazy roller coasters. And he kind of messed up because, first of all, it's a B&M coaster. Second of all, you know, it's a prototype. So, you know, this was them like testing the waters, so to speak, on this concept. And I'm with them. You know, I hope to see more of these roller coasters, you know, out there, because it is a cool concept. But yeah, that's pretty much that video. And I'm going to take me a small break, and what I'm going to do then, I'm going to switch over to my video games. I think I'm going to play some Contra. I have Contra Anniversary Collection on Steam. I just feel like playing some video games on here. And that's something I have not done on this channel. But yeah, I'm gonna play some video games because, again, this is I'm not doing anything else today. I'm live streaming, so might as well, you know, enjoy myself and take y'all with me. So before that, I'm gonna take me a break. You know, get me, you know, how long I've been live streaming for? Oh, an hour. Okay, bet. So what I'm gonna take a break. You know, get something to drink, use the restroom, and then we're gonna switch over to the gaming section. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we are back. What's good? We are back. Welcome to the second half of my live stream for those who are watching. Yeah, we got a hurricane coming, so I'm out of work, and I decided to, do a live stream of whatever the fuck I want, basically. The first half I was talking about some culture stuff, and then we did some reactions to some videos. Now I'm in the mood to play some video games, and I have Contra on my mind, so we're gonna play some old school NES Contra. For those who don't know, I am old school as fuck. What is going on with my controller? Now, come on now. I have set you up before the live stream now. Let me see. You should be fine. It says I'm paired. But why are you... I'm confused. There we go. All right, we're good. We're good to go. All right. Let's turn off this music. Let's get some Contra going. Where is Steam? There you are. All right. Doobie doobie doo, doobie doo, doobie doo. Oh yeah, I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure the screen looking good. Hold on. I think I'm good. Make sure. No, it doesn't look good. Hold on. I gotta adjust the screen. There we go. We're good to go. I had to make sure the screen was looking good. All right. We are going to play the original NES Contra, and then we're going to see if we can play, let me see if I can get that Konami code on the first try. And go. Be a start. Did I do it? Did I get it right on the first try? I did not. We're going to reset. We're going to reset. Let's see if I get that code. Up, up, down, down, left, right, be a start. Did it work? If I don't get it the second time. Okay, there we go. I'm about to say. Now, I have not touched this game in a minute. But yeah, for those who are joining, welcome to my live stream. It's basically whatever the fuck I want. It's a Hurricane Helen, pretty much, coming towards the panhandle of Florida. So it's like, might as well just do something. So playing some old school games, talking about roller coasters. Is that the spread? Yes, it is. Can I get that though? Let me see. Can I get that? Ah, I want it. Hold on. Oh. That's fine. I got the fire power up. That's better than nothing. So far, so good. Can I jump up there? No, I can't. Can I, like, jump? There we go. There we go. Move this mouse out the way. Spread! Now, this here is the best power-up in the game. Okay, I don't want none of them. Now, according to my audience, it's between, what, 25 to 46 years old? So, there should be a... Ah! I'm dead. That was a stupid jump. So, there should be some people in here that know what game I'm playing. Or they have played it when there was a kid. Ah! I wasn't paying attention there. There we go. Kill this guy. Ah! Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Awesome. Oops. Gosh darn it. All right. Ah! All right. Now I should be able to do it without dying, but it is what it is. Ah! All right. Ah! Wait, hold on, hold on. Can I get that? Can I get that? Ah! And I died. Kill it, 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 kill it. All right. Get you first. Right there. I should be fine. All right, let's get the other one. All right, let's get the middle. Nice. Da 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 da. All right, I'm not too bad. Not too bad. Stage 3. Let's do it. Ooh, I got a 1-up. I'd rather get the fire than the laser. Ah! Why did I do that? Well, I might as well get the laser now. Alright. I'm gonna die! What is the B? Oh, that's invisibility, invulnerability, whatever you want to call it. Ah! All right, so far so good. Ooh, I cannot lose this. I cannot lose this. Come on. There we go. Okay. I definitely don't want that. All right. So far, so good. All right. Here we go. I got hit. Nah, I could have sworn I dodged it. Okay, that's fine. Here we go. Easy. Easy peasy. Awesome. Da 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 da. All right, moving on. Stage 4. I think this is the forest stage. No. Stage 5 is a forest stage. Ah! I knew I was gonna die. Okay, priority. Alright. Okay. Alright. Ah! Awesome. Whew. Let's do it. Ah, I jumped. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Woo! Yes. Come on. Yes. All right. I think that's the last one. I think. Nope. Jump. Okay, that was an easy one. Ah! Ah! Thank you. Noise. I think that was the last one. No. Ah! Ah! Duck, duck, duck. All right, jump! Dang it! There was so much bullets coming at me at one time, man. Boo! I guess I'm just bad. But to be fair, I haven't played this in a minute. That's why I did the cheat before the game started. That's fine. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so far so good. Ooh, got a 1-up. Even though I got out and I just lost it. I think I gotta shoot those. Can I shoot those? Yes, I can. Okay. The problem is when they get together, I get shot at. There we go. Shoot. Okay. Thing is, when I try to shoot them, there we go. I got one hit. Ah! Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. So far, so good. Ah, boo. Come on. Sheesh. That took way longer than it should have. We got 15 lives left. How much I got left? 16 lives left. I was close. The snowfield. Oh, yes. I remember this stage. Yep. This is probably my second favorite weapon here, the machine gun. Oh, I was trying to duck. I promise y'all I was trying to duck. There we go. What's this, laser? Rapid fire? I don't know what that is. Okay. Fire! Sure, why not? Of course. All right, we passed that part. Now this is the part I always die on, I think. The robot. I think I'm supposed to jump on it or something. Nope, I'm supposed to kill it. Yeah, I'm supposed to kill it. But I always die there. So it's like regardless, I'm just supposed to just keep shooting at it. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna shoot. Yeah. I'm never good at that one. Laser! Do I want the laser? Why not? Oh, I can't get it. Oh, I was probably better off without it, honestly. All right, one more, right? Or just the boss? Yeah, it's either one or the other. All right. It's like I only do a little bit. Okay, I got it. I got a strategy for this. There we go. Moving on. Moving on. Level 6. 11. 11 lives left. Oh, hell no. Can I jump that? I can. If they can jump it, I can jump it. Up. Fuck it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely use the rest of my lives here. Ah, shit. Whew, yes. Just what I needed. Hurry up, run, bitch, run. Run, 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 run. Ah! Almost made it to the end without dying. All right, what we got here? Okay, he's easy. Come on. Ah! See? I got some type of skill. You know, I didn't die with him, so, you know, I got some semblance of skill. All right, we're almost at the end of the game. We're almost at the end. Hmm. All right, so far so good. Ah! Oh, of course I hit the goddamn wall. Okay. Awesome. Yes. Let's just go. Go, 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 go. Let's go as far as we can. So far, so good. Woo! Oh shit! Almost died there. Woo. All right, so far so good. Ah! All right. God damn it. Okay. There we go. Huh. That was hard. No, not really. All right, final stage. Final stage. Let's do it. Can I beat this with only 4 lives? Let's go. Darn it. We're gonna go at the top. Shit. Come on. Come on. There we go. I need a power up. Why the fuck I can't? There we go. Ooh, yes. Bitch, do not lose this. Do not lose this weapon. Look at that. See how easy? Look at that. Just look at that. Look at that. And that got me an extra life. Just don't fucking lose it. Okay. Jump. So far, so good. Ah! Right here at the end, too. Come on. Ah! 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 I had a routine. I had a routine. Yes! We beat the game, y'all. Whew. We beat the game. Congratulations. And I beat it with my original 30 lives. Congratulations, you destroyed the vile Red Falcon and saved the universe. Consider yourself a hero. Okay. All right, that was an awesome session. Let me see. It took me what 40 minutes to beat the game. I think it, around that time. This is the first time me streaming a video game on this channel, so it's pretty awesome that people was actually watching me play. So I appreciate y'all for stopping by and enjoying myself. You know what I'm saying? It was a fun experience, but we're gonna let the credit roll, and I think I'm gonna end the live stream here. I appreciate those who stopped by and gave me some views, because honestly I had nothing else to do. Might as well go ahead and do a live stream and get some watch time, because I'm trying to get monetized. So I appreciate those who stopped by, and I'm surprised no one said anything in my chat though. My chat is pretty bare, but I still got a decent amount of views. According to this control panel, I have 95 views. So 95 people stopped by and watched my video, so I appreciate that so much. And that is the end of the credit scene. We're going to transition back to the other screen. Not that one, the other one. Oh no, no more. No more. No more. Not that one. The full screen. There we go. There we go. But yeah, that was pretty fun. I appreciate those who stopped by, and yeah, I'm gonna have this live stream up for those who may want to watch it. Not sure why, because not really nothing super important, but again, I had a good time. I appreciate those who came and watched my live stream, and I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much.